Everybody good?
That's pretty good.
Oh, give me a check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Give me a check.
Test 1, 2.
Perfect.
Let's start.
You hear everything?
Perfect. Yeah.
Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
Oh, we have waited for this day for so long, and it is finally here. It's better than Christmas, much better than Christmas. And we're going to have a great day today talking Rays baseball. Without any further ado, Rays CEO, owner, Ken Babby is with us here in studio, along with the great Orestes Destrada. As you know, I have to roll the R's.
I love it.
I can't roll the B's.
No,
we'll just do that.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Great.
Thanks so much for jumping in.
First of all, this is like probably 18 months in the making. I've been listening to the show. You guys have been amazing supporters of what we've been trying to do here in town, and following the transaction, following the acquisition of the team. Working alongside, folks in the community. I promised you we'd come on and do this, and excited to be here. So let's have
And you
some
said
fun.
you're going to break some news?
We'll see. Let's see how it goes.
Wow.
We'll ease into it. Yeah, let's have some fun,
And
can't show up empty-handed.
well,
on a
thank
Friday.
you for that. Thank you very much for
Rays
that.
are playing in town tonight,
Yes, sir.
right? How cool is that? Baseball's back in Tampa tonight.
Full on with
That's
the
right.
WBC.
Exactly. Yeah, it should
spring
be a great
training.
weekend.
It's awesome.
How excited are you to watch the team play tonight? You'll be there, right?
I'm going tonight, and then we're going to go over and watch Junior play in the WBC
Yes,
this
sir.
weekend. So it should be a lot of fun.
By the way, 6 for 6 already in
I
exhibition
know.
play.
I know. Can he save some for the actual season?
Ever
So
the CEO of the Rays.
Listen,
He goes
we're
to
watching
save
this.
some hits.
Eric Neander and I are texting the other night. We're like, can we? It's like, can we wait a few weeks? But boy, what a special talent he is.
What are you?
and to be representing his country, to be doing this the way he's doing it. I'm telling you, and I've had a chance to get to know him a little bit as a person. He is Junior Caminero is as fine a person off the field as a talent he is on the field, and he's so young still. So sky's the limit for this
He's
guy.
the future.
The face of the franchise.
Face of the
You okay with
franchise.
that?
I think we're perfectly fine with that. Yeah.
Well,
I think he's earned it.
It's the question that everybody has asked me a million times. When does the extension come? As soon as possible, right?
Eric Neander's got a great line, and he said it, I think at a press conference a few months ago. We're thrilled. We're thrilled that Cammy's here. We're thrilled that he's a Ray, and we hope he's a Ray for a long time.
Well, it's one of the reasons you're doing what you're doing and I think this is a great segue into it. We'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
And because I don't think this is a message, Ken, that really has gotten out enough, is that the reason you're building this huge monstrosity of a mixed-use project is to make the baseball team successful. There's many reasons, but the biggest point is to be able to have the revenue to make us a big market team, which we are. We're the 11th largest market, and you can put those resources right back into the team. And we don't need to look any further than the Atlanta Braves. It's your model for the mixed-use project. We have a name for that, by the way. Is it Raysville?
Let's by the way, let's see the comments. Let's right.
You guys, you want to name it?
Exactly.
Name it.
Have at it. Right. Exactly.
So this is such a big piece of it that a lot of people don't understand is that money's going back into this team
That's right.
to sign Junior Caminero to a long-term extension, correct?
I mean, when you think about the economics of baseball and you think about the economics of the Tampa Bay Rays, it's a different business than it might have been 20 or 30 years ago. The baseball business is a different business.
Yeah.
And the Braves have demonstrated, and I think you've covered it, and others have as well. And I think it's the best comp that we can find.
Yeah.
That if you want to reinvest in your community, you want to reinvest back in your team, you've got to find ancillary ways to do it, right? We're still selling tickets, we're still selling hot dogs, but we want to keep pricing affordable. We want people to be able to afford to come to the ballpark. We will never gouge the market in terms of pricing, both in Tropicana Field or in the new ballpark. We want this to be a place where people feel welcome and can come in with a family of 4 and have a great experience. And so we've got to find new ways to drive revenue that we're going to be able to reinvest back to build a championship team. And look, we've got the best president of baseball operations in the game. We've got the best baseball operations department in the game. And we want to give them the resources, not just in the short term, but, for the next 30 to 50 years to be successful, taking a long-term view of the way we're building the business.
And I know the labor negotiations will determine a lot of this, but it seems like a natural segue to ask this question about payroll. I believe for the first time in Rays history, you're going to be over $100 million in 40-man payroll this year.
Yeah, we'll see where it nets out. But, we're still about a month before the season.
What is your plan for the next few years and the 29ers?
He tagged that one the other day in the show.
He was listening.
By the way, 29ers is awesome. The 29ers is great as we're talking about the new ballpark, but like we're not standing on the sidelines waiting for 20.
I know.
I think one of your listeners said it because at the end of the day, we're building a competitive team to compete, in 4 weeks for opening day. But you're right. We're taking a long-term view in all that we do. And 2029 is our year. 2029 is Tampa Bay's year. And by the way, there's a national championship game coming. Right. In 2029. And
another WBC.
Yet another reason to create opportunity. Yep, it's great. That's a great point as well. And we hope an all-star game maybe a few years after that.
Yeah,
I've put in my request with Rob Manfred already.
For WBC and all-star?
Well, for both, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why wouldn't it be here?
Yeah, that's right.
With a brand new ballpark like this.
Why not?
So in terms of payroll, are there any markers or goals for next year, the years on, a slow build towards, I think the Braves did record revenue this past year with the Battery. Their revenues are in the 700 millions. They had getting 200 million from their TV deal, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Yeah. So they're kind of in another stratosphere, but that's where we want to be. Now, I want to knock you down right to a $260 million payroll where they're at, but being competitive to keep players like Junior, can we make that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Eric and the team have demonstrated, and a lot of credit to Kevin Cash as well, that we've been really, resourceful in the way that we spend money, and really, really resourceful in the way that we've built from within. And on the baseball side, just take the two trades that we've made, and I know you've talked about this, the two trades that we've made and the return and the hauls on both of those trades, both the Boz deal and with Brandon. I think when you look at both of those deals and what we got back in return, we're really encouraged and excited. And I've had a chance to see some of these prospects already down in camp this spring training. And, before you have a conversation about reinvestment, you got to know what you have.
Right.
And our pipeline's really strong. And I'm really proud to see that develop. But yeah, I think the economics of the team haven't changed. We're focused on getting back to Tropicana Field in 4 weeks. We are, our payroll has increased. You're accurate in identifying that. We're going to continue to invest back in the team. Both in the short term and, of course, in the long term.
Nothing wrong with bringing in a championship trophy as you open up the 29.
Geez, let's try it.
We're not crazy.
As a former player, I'm about X's and O's and W's and L's, and so and also as a guy that has lived here for 35 plus years, I'm about the community and the diverse community we have here, and also I'm a sports fan and an entertainment fan.
Yeah.
How do you kind of envelope all those, factors of winning, community and obviously, making it fun and entertaining?
Well, you're talking my language and my passion, right? We use the game of baseball. I mean, I think most folks know I've spent the last 15 years in minor league baseball in communities like Akron, Ohio, and Jacksonville, just up the road. In minor league baseball, the fan experience is king. The great food, the affordable pricing, the show, as we call it, the experience, the entertainment. We're bringing all of that. We're bringing all of that in 4 weeks to Tropicana Field. Our team is focused on delivering we're not waiting for 2029 for that. In fact, I'm not patient enough to wait for 2029 for that. We're bringing a world-class experience to Tampa Bay right now and bringing it back into the Trop. I mean, just the story alone of baseball returning. As cool as it was to have them at Steinbrenner, it'll be neat to see them on the field tonight. Tropicana Field today is the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, and is critical to our success of getting where we need to be.
Renewing some vows
in the community. I mean, I think you're going to see a completely rebooted and reimagined mindset about the way the Rays appear in the community.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about the Lightning for a second. We need no further demonstration of how to do this. I don't think anybody inside the walls of our offices, and we're going to do it our way, of course, but you've got a perfectly good blueprint in what Jeff Vinnick has done here. Yes, you do. And we're going to follow his lead. Jeff's been fantastic himself about, giving us some pointers, different things they've done. Steve Griggs, his team has been great. The new ownership there has been great.
How about you? So you guys are partners with them.
We've talked to them a lot. We spent a lot of time with them. I mean, we flew out to visit with Jeff before we took control of the team. And just, I mean, I was like, JP, I was like a little kid, interviewing for an internship with my questions. Patrick's nudging me during dinner saying, like, stop fanboying Jeff Vinnick. True story. And I said, look, this guy has done it in Tampa,
right,
at the highest levels. And by the way, folks here know how great he is. Jeff, outside of Tampa, is just as beloved. And so when you think about fan experience, when you think about the community spotlight hero, honoring a different philanthropy every single night, philanthropic organization every night, bringing kids to the ballpark. I was just at Junior Achievement for an event earlier this week. They've set the gold standard, and we will do it our way, the Rays way. But you can look to what the Lightning have done as a great example of where we're headed.
I wanted to start this off by getting to know you personally on a level of where you grew up. I think
you asked about payroll.
I know, right on the back. So it's question's been burning in my brain for quite some time.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, you listen, everybody's like, "Oh, you're going to give the softball question," and I'm like, "We're going to be polite, but we're going to ask the questions that needed to be asked." And you knew that was coming.
Listen, I spent a life in Washington. I'm ready.
This is a piece of cake compared to that. That's right. Yeah. Oh my God. So, growing up, you told this great story the other day of watching Camden Yards become what it has become. And it really is, it started this renaissance of stadiums and it's kind of the gold standard, really. Tell me about that passion and that love for the game of baseball, which I'm sure you have known, you've realized Tampa Bay shares that. At its very foundation. Baseball is in our roots.
Baseball is in our roots. It goes back. I mean, I read books about, Babe Ruth coming here for spring training
all the time,
and a fence that had to be put in because he was afraid of an alligator coming out at Crescent Lakes Park in St. Pete, and he's turning over his shoulder. He's worried during BP while he's shagging flies that
I've heard that one
come up. I mean,
that's outstanding.
They're, by the way, Rick Vaughn has a great book about sort of the history of baseball.
Wonderful guy, by the way.
Wonderful guy, and anyway, so it really connects to your question because Rick was at the Orioles when my father was there. My father was general counsel of the Orioles for, nearly a decade, from the period that they were, the worst team in baseball at Memorial Stadium, losing the first 21 games. Right?
You played there?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Memorial Stadium was quite a place.
Yes.
But making the move down to the Inner Harbor and opening at Camden Yards. And as a kid, I was 10, 11, 12 years old. I had a front row seat to watching the way a ballpark changed a city. Truly, I mean, Baltimore was a tough place, and in comes Camden Yards. The community and the state makes, and I talked about it the other night at the forum, paid 100% of that publicly funded ballpark that changed not only the city forever, but changed baseball forever. And the interesting thing about Camden Yards and seeing that is the ballparks that were opened in the couple of years right before Camden Yards, Tropicana Field. Right. So just to sort of connect this period of time, we're building Tropicana Field, while just up the coast, folks like Janet Marie Smith and Larry Lucchino and others were designing the ballparks that would forever change the game. Petco and San Diego. And I mean, the story goes on. Pittsburgh, one of the PNC, one of the great ballparks. And the story goes on and on. So this is such a transformational moment of not only the fact that we're doing this, but we're rejuvenating a college. I mean, we can get into the project and why it's so important. We're really changing a city here, and we're changing a region. And that's, I think, why we're so passionate about this work.
Let's jump right into it. The presentation you had the other night I thought was phenomenal. And I think you did a great job of connecting all the tissue, so to speak, that answers almost every question that I've had about this. And I think you've done it in such a positive way. And, speaking to Mayor Castor, past and future Mayor Buckhorn, Ken Hagan, everybody, the commissioner, everybody has raved about the way you have gone about it. Your team has gone about it. It's never been a handout. It's been, how can we partner? And that's what came through to me in it. And and we could touch on the major tenets of it, but let's get right into the economic impact of it and how this is going to benefit everybody, not just baseball fans.
Yep. That's right. I mean, I think first and foremost, this is a project that is rooted well beyond baseball. I mean, we're the three of us, we're all big baseball fans. We love the game. I don't try and shy away from it. I'll be at a game tonight, 2 games tomorrow, 2 games. I think that's a Babby family weekend, right? Let's just soak up as much baseball as we possibly can. And fortunately, my wife Liz tolerates it, and my son loves the game, and that's who we are
important.
as a family.
That's important.
But what we're talking about here is so much more than that.
Yeah.
These are sort of generational moments for a community where a choice is made. You know, what kind of city do we want to be, right? I mean, I'm coming in from the outside. We've owned the team, I think, 22 weeks at this point. It's
short time, really, when you look at the big picture of that.
Yeah. So we love to ask a lot of questions, and we look at a project like this. We knew, Patrick did a great job at the press conference of saying, look, we don't have the luxury of sitting back and waiting to answer a question that has been a 25-year-old question in this community as to what is the future of the Tampa Bay Rays. We want to bring a solution to that question. And more importantly, we want to be right here, right? We have not played this. And I listen to this podcast every day. And I know there's folks that are asking about Orlando and going to other cities, and they're all fair questions. I'll tell you, our approach has been really simple. It has been like a fastball right down the middle. This is Tampa's deal. We are only talking to Tampa. We're only having conversations here. We're not having conversations in other cities because we are truly committed to trying to get a deal done right here. Now, the converse of that is we need to feel wanted, right?
Yes, absolutely.
People need to want Major League Baseball here. And when I say need feel wanted, somebody may listen to that and say, well, it's Major League Baseball. You guys just bought a team. I think what we're really saying is we have to strike the right public-private partnership.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're going to do our part. This ownership group, our partners, Patrick, Bill, our group, we're going to come in and write a check for more than $1 billion for this ballpark. We're going to come in and we're going to pay for 100% of a development. Hopefully we'll get some help from the state on some infrastructure and roads, sewers, things like that. But we bought the team. We're grateful to be in this position of the stewards of this team. We're going to write a check for more than $1 billion to build this ballpark. And we're going to take 100% of the risk on building a 130-acre development.
That's what people need to understand.
And
the school. And
the state's doing a phenomenal job of helping in terms of Hillsborough College, which, as you heard the other night, and thank you for being there, the future of Hillsborough College, but not for this development. We talk about that but for argument, right?
Was bleak.
That's right. They've got $70 million of deferred maintenance, and boy, have we found an amazing partner in Dr. Ken Atwater and his team. That board, they understand the importance of this. We're going to rejuvenate a college. We're going to bring like a theme park to our city. I know that sparks all kinds of questions about traffic,
Sure. Yeah.
But you're talking 10 million visitors into this development every year. And I think, when you take a look back 30 years from now, if you and I are sitting here in this podcast studio and you say, did you think it was a good deal? I think you're going to look back and say it's one of the best decisions that the community's ever made.
If I can ask, because obviously the Camden Yards deal, unprecedented 100% by the municipalities and by the public money making it. On the flip side, we're talking not as much money as we're talking now. So you're talking about in the billions as opposed to the hundreds of millions that was. Does that scare you at all as far as not only your involvement, but convincing on the flip side? And how far are you guys willing to go to meet that 100% if it's a little beyond 50?
There's the easy solution for that is we're here with our checkbooks ready to write a check to Tampa Bay, right? We believe in this. I mean, I think there's such a strong conviction from our ownership group that this is the right thing to do, that we're saying, look, we're going to fund north of 50% of the cost of the ballpark. We're also, and we've said this publicly, but it's worth reiterating, we're going to pay 100% of the cost of the cost overruns. And let's be honest, you look at these projects, we're going to run a responsible project, but our friends in Vegas that are building a ballpark right now, I was just out there, they broke ground this past year in 2025. They're opening in April.
They committed over $1 billion.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So you've got a dynamic at play where we've got to make a responsible decision, and we're trying to mitigate all of the public risk in the project. And the outcome, of course, will have, over $32 billion of economic impact to our region, with help from the state that, you heard the governor, you've heard the commissioner. I think everybody recognizes baseball belongs in Tampa Bay and baseball should be in Tampa Bay. And now people are willing to write a check to support that. And we're going to do our part, and we're going to lead the way.
One of the questions I get about the economic studies that came out, $55 billion, I believe, in 30-year impact, $6 billion returned to the taxpayers for their $1.15 million investment. There's a lot in there. Almost 12,000 jobs full time.
Yep.
I mean, these are all things that impact the community in a tremendous way. My question is, how much of that, the economic studies, people tell me all the time, oh, they're not independent. The Rays paid for it. The county paid for it. There's going to be 2 more, I believe, as well.
That's right.
Address that question.
Yeah, we'll keep doing economic studies all day. And so we're data driven, right? When you talk about integrity and credibility, right? I'm standing up there. Our partners are standing up there, putting these numbers. Nobody's operating without, making sure that we get the data right. So we did an initial study with a company called RCL Co., put the first wave of data out about a month ago. We heard from the community, and this is the beauty of having these public, open, transparent discussions. They said, and electeds, by the way, elected officials want to see more information. They said, well, would you go out and do a second study? So we went to Bransford and Dunleavy and did a second study. The first study, RCL Co., was actually at the request of the county specifically to hire that firm because they are so experienced in doing these projects across communities.
So the county asked for that one, and you said, yes, we'll do them. You didn't go seek them out.
Nope.
These are questions that I get all the time.
Great questions. And then we were asked about a month ago, can you tell us more? And we said, absolutely. And so another survey was commissioned,
which aren't cheap, by the way.
Right. By the way, we're not the ones asking the questions in the survey. It's very interesting.
Right.
People say, so how did you get to the data? All we've said is it's the but-for argument. If this development occurs, what will happen?
Right.
Right. With the ballpark, without the ballpark. And every time we get that data, we put it on raysbaseball.com. It's, we just loaded another 6 pages of economic data this past week, We'll continue to upload data as we receive it. Even if it's not data that necessarily makes the Rays look good, we will share all of it because we think it's important for the community to be part of this conversation. And if I was on the other side of this conversation, I'd say, show me, prove it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so you're right. 12,000 new permanent jobs, billions of dollars of economic impact, a rejuvenated college that desperately needs it, and an opportunity to really bring something to Tampa Bay that our community deserves. Every great American city has Major League Baseball, and this is our chance to solidify it for the future forever.
All right, I promise we're going to get to some fun stuff, but we have to get to the down and dirty stuff.
Go ahead.
Public funding.
Yep.
This is the question we've talked about. I have had exhaustive conversations with Ken Hagan and others within the TSA and government.
Yep. And
we're trying to understand exactly where that $1.15 billion is coming from. I've done tons of research on the battery and understand what the TIF tax is and what the SITS tax is. Mm-hmm. There is some thought that the SITS tax can't be used for stadium construction. Could we shift it to operating expenses and you would trade out some things to get it done? I know this is probably a question more for Ken, and we've asked him 1,000 times, but what can you tell me about how all the questions about Hillsborough doesn't have any money? How do they get to $1.15 billion?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think the first way to start the conversation is I like to talk about these in terms of ingredients. If we're going to bake something together, and privately, I think everybody understands the $1.15 billion that the team is going to put in, but it's worth reiterating. The team is going to start the conversation by investing $1.15 billion into the ballpark. So let's start the conversation there. On the public side of the equation, you have a sort of a litany of different ingredients, components, financial components that could be used if the electeds ultimately decide it's responsible to do so. And when you look at some of those choices, we've taken a principled approach to the way that we've had these conversations. Now, when I talk about the deal, it's really better to frame it as a framework, because there's no deal until city, county vote on it, right?
Right.
So they are elected officials who we all elect into these roles. They're going to be the ultimate deciders. What we get the opportunity to do is to work alongside city and county staff to construct a framework. And that's what we're doing right now, literally this week, putting the pieces together. And we've been at it a while in understanding how those ingredients come together. And so guiding principles to our work, because I think it's really important before we get into any numbers. One, a no harm approach to priorities that have already been committed and frankly are the right things to do to the community. We're not getting in the way of public safety. We're not getting in the way of road projects. We're not taking money from any of the other priorities, particularly around the CIT, that have been committed to taxpayers. That would be, even for us, off the table right out of the gate. We are constituents of the community. The Tampa Bay Rays are members of the community. The last thing we would ever want to do is to take opportunities away from making this a great place to live. My family lives here. We've relocated here. We're all bought into this. Of course. No, we're honored to be here. We love it. And so the other no harm approach guiding principle is we're not taking money from other sports teams. You've heard Commissioner Hagan say it, and I know your listeners wonder, what about the Bucks? What about the Lightning? What about the Yankees? We won't take a penny from those teams in our approach to this, because we want the Bucks to thrive. We want the Lightning to thrive. Tampa is a better community with thriving professional sports teams. And the great cities in the United States, the teams help each other. And that's exactly our approach. And so, part of the no harm principle of the way that we've done this, and I think about this often, is we're always asking questions. Are we sure this isn't harming others? Is this getting in the way of the city getting the police vehicles it needs? No. If it is, then that component can't be used.
Oh, it's going to benefit it, actually.
That's
in the long run.
That's exactly right. And so we'll look at the litany of these different ingredients, and those ingredients will all be brought into the kitchen. And the experts from the city and the county and our team and our financial experts are getting in a room and saying, what is the most responsible package? And then ultimately we'll bring that forward to the city and the county for a vote. And that'll be, the critical moment for us really to decide, does the community want this? We believe it's a transformational moment, but the package has to be put together in a framework that responsibly doesn't harm or injure anybody else in the process, and reinvests in a project that's going to ultimately make this a better place to work, live, and play for, we hope the next 50 years.
I've tried to explain to folks that right now, that area, that 127 acres is actually costing the county and city money. There is no property taxes that come from that, because of this, it's a college and there's a juvenile detention. Right. So these are not tax producing entities. When you build what you're going to build, 8 million square feet, now you have property taxes, and there's billions of it available over a 30-year period. That wouldn't exist without the project. So people need to understand that. That's where that money is coming from. Then there's the TIF tax. It's being called a lot of different things, where there's going to be a tax on bills, beers, hot dogs, everything else, tickets, right? These are kind of user fees, are they not?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at a project like this, again, I'll come back to that but for argument. I'd encourage people. I had family in town last week, and they wanted to see where the site is, and they drove out there. I'd encourage you to go out to Hillsborough College and drive around the Dale Mabry campus and look at the parking lots and look at the buildings and look at Raymond James and look at, Steinbrenner Field. By the way, the Yankees and Bucks have been terrific about this project from the first time.
How about that?
We went into that. That's, by the way, that's
another false narrative that they don't like.
Major
this
false
is
narrative.
It is really an amazing thing. Let's just take the Yankees as an example. By the way, they are our biggest rival in the American League East. Within the lines, we're going to compete like heck against them.
Sure.
Including tonight, by the way. But
even an exhibition.
But off the field, you got to play to win, right? Come on, I don't have to tell you that.
No, you don't.
But off the field, boy, we couldn't have asked for a better partner. I mean, we've sat down with Hal Steinbrenner and Tony Bruno and others in the Yankee organization, and boy, first class last year, and letting us use Steinbrenner Field after Tropicana's hurricane, but also the way they've approached this project and how we can integrate together, work together, help make their spring training experience better, help their minor league team. So there's a lot of things that we'll be able to do. But anyway, the location, as you drive around the community and you look at what's there, I would encourage people to make the drive and ask that but-for question, but not for this investment that the Tampa Bay Rays are going to make, the state of Florida is going to make. We hope the county and city will join us on what's going to happen here.
I do have a question about one of the breaths of fresh air that this new ownership has brought forth. And again, it's a new page. We're not going to sit here and read the old book, right? And berate anything. But transparency has been phenomenal. How much is the transparency easier because of the localness that has been created with the ownership group, the likes of Cosgrove, the Weatherford group, obviously yourself now living here, Mike Murphy,
Mr. Ridley, Fred Ridley, we saw
Fred
the other day.
Ridley, my goodness, Augie Ribeiro, very dear friend and such a supporter for the longest time. How much is the local?
Larry and Brett Morgan. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
You guys are local. You guys are strong, and that's something that wasn't the case. Let's be honest.
And incredible people of integrity, by the way, and that needs to be said. And that when you're dealing with a deal like this, and I know a lot of people are skeptical, have to understand that this is not the 20 years past. This is a completely different deal. And everybody who's worked with you have said that. And these people that are within your group prove that.
I mean, you look at the names of the partners that I get a chance to wake up every day and work with. Folks like Dan Doyle, right?
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's another one.
Folks like Will Weatherford, the Morgans. I mean, we can go on and on and on.
Top notch.
The best and
here
Titans of Tampa,
right?
Yes.
I mean, when you look at the community and you look at the folks that are a part of this, and that, when you think back as a fan, let's just take a step back for a second, because we're all, first and foremost, we're all fans.
Correct.
And you think about, boy, who do you want owning your hometown baseball team?
Right.
You want people that care about the community. And so for folks who come at us and say, you don't care about Tampa, look at the folks that are a part of this group. This is a Tampa Bay group.
It is.
And this is a group
so I've been saying this for so long.
And that's part of the secret sauce that we think we can bring to the table. And I think Major League Baseball's recognized that. I think the community's starting to recognize that we're going to build a business here. It is a new day for the Tampa Bay Rays, and we're going to do it as a Tampa Bay first organization.
You mentioned affordability, which is a big buzzword right now. And people say, oh, $2.3 billion, the tickets are going to be way too expensive. You said the other night, we're going to make sure there's a $10 ticket available all the time. Talk a little bit about your emphasis on affordability, because this is not a per capita very rich area. Yeah. So you have to appeal to the blue collar guy.
And baseball lends itself to a lot of games.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to play 81 games a year plus playoffs. I'll make that commitment on the air. We're trying to build something here that is robust, and you add other events and everything from Savannah Bananas to concerts and festivals. Sure. You're talking about, in the new development, nearly 200 events a year.
Wow.
And that's part of the way that we think about the economic impact and visitors. But I think when you take a step back and look at, impact in a project like this, you have to start and look at the community that we're serving. And I came from the world of minor league baseball. I spent the first 14 years of my career in the media business at the Washington Post. I ran the digital business and was the company's chief revenue officer. A newspaper, it's particularly in those days, the world's changed, but a newspaper is a community business. Mm-hmm. It's serving a community. It's bringing information and content to make the community a better place. And then I had the great pleasure of pursuing my passion and getting into baseball. And I bought our first team in Akron, Ohio, the Akron Rubber Ducks, by the way, home of not only LeBron James, but the rubber capital of the world, Goodyear and BF Goodrich early on. And the other, talk about localizing a business.
A tough town.
A tough town.
A
great town.
Very blue collar, tough town.
Blue collar town. Yeah. And what I realized early in my time in Ohio, and it turned out to be true in Jacksonville, it'll turn out to be here true in Tampa Bay, is you have to make a ballpark a part of the community. And it has to feel welcome and open to everybody that wants to be there. And the way to do that is to make sure that you have an experience, a neighborhood, if you will, in the ballpark that feels comfortable for everyone. Folks have said, well, it's great. You're renovating suites and you're, creating all these new premium areas. By the way, in the Trop this year, you'll be able to enjoy those. But we're also introducing for the first time, I believe ever, an everlasting $10 ticket. You'll always be able to get into Tropicana Field.
That's crazy.
For $10. We've watched the aptitude of an all-inclusive seat. And so our new maintenance party deck is a $49 seat. It's
so affordable. That's
fully
incredible.
All-inclusive.
Yeah.
Right. Include some beer and food. And, so, we have an experience that, I think is fit for no matter whether you're coming with your family, you're coming on a date, you're coming for a corporate group, you're trying to impress your buddies, whatever you're looking for, you're going to find that. And we're not waiting for 2029 to deliver that commitment, that affordability commitment at the concession stands, that affordability commitment at the gate. You're going to see that in 4 weeks when we return to Tropicana Field.
In that same vein, I want to ask you about the CBA, not the collective bargaining agreement, but the community benefits agreement that you're putting out there.
I didn't know where you were going with that one.
Yeah, a lot of people were Ken all of a sudden, big O, what are you doing to me? But talk a little bit, because you mentioned that it was something that hit me near and dear, being big on community, and again, that area and that college alone. Having given a lot of talks at Black and Brown and college bound events and conventions, it's very important to you and to the Rays. And is that something that's going to map out before 29?
Yeah. So the beauty of it's worth talking about a community benefits agreement, what it is and why cities have them. When you're talking about projects of this magnitude, even frankly smaller development projects, what a city wants to know is that its priorities are being recognized. So whether it be parks or education or, some level of understanding what affordable housing means and, the impact that can have on the community. These are all, and I went through several other priorities. We'll talk more about them at our public events next week. There's 2 more and there'll be more that we'll announce after that. You have to make sure that you're thinking about, again, more than baseball, more than the development. How are we going to make Tampa a better place to work, live, and play? And that's looking at all the other needs in the community and delivering on those as a part of this plan. And so a great community benefits agreement. We saw, if you're looking for a great example, look just up the road at what Shad Khan and the Jags did with the city of Jacksonville. Yeah. We've got another great blueprint. Fans can go read about that, because that CBA, not the collective bargaining agreement,
no doubt,
the community benefits agreement. Yeah. We got 2 CBAs in the world.
Yeah, let's go concentrate on this one.
Exactly. That starts with forming a committee and asking a committee, where are the greatest needs in the community and how can the Tampa Bay Rays play a role working with the city and creating an agreement that makes this a win for everybody. And when I talked about the community benefits agreement the other night, I think we started to lay out what some of those pillars will be, but that's a very open, fluid discussion. We're going to do our part, but we want to hear from the community where those needs are, the inner city needs, the minority community needs, all of the different things that are apparent in building a great city.
And to that point, we'll go to our comments. I know how you love the comments. JS813 guy, one of our great listeners, says, how much of the development around the stadium will be local businesses? Hopefully it's not all McDonald's and Applebee's. And I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but somebody asked me about Ferg's. And I said, I know how much Ken loves Ferg, so I'm pretty sure they've already struck a deal.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Fergs as we get closer to opening day. That's news I can't break on this podcast.
All right.
But the team at Fergs has been in our corner, and
Mark's the best.
Stay tuned for a pretty exciting announcement related to Fergs. Not specifically to the new ballpark, but some things that we're doing to get ready for 2026. For the whole team there has been amazing, and who knows? You might just find the ownership group pop in there opening week for a beer. So,
but around the new ballpark, I know you've committed to local businesses working on it, and we'll have the local restaurants probably represented.
All that we do has to first be done through a local lens. So, when you think of our master planners, it's Gensler. Their offices are right down on Water Street, and they're here. The people that are building this wake up and go to sleep every night here in Tampa Bay, right? So when we think about contractors, when we think about designers, when we think about aviation experts, when I think about our traffic team at Kimley Horn, who folks saw the other night, will be back at our meetings next week. These are folks that live here. We're not like flying traffic experts in from New York City to talk about traffic in Tampa. The people that are doing the traffic studies live here in Tampa. And I think that's really important in terms of the commitment and authenticity to our work.
All right, another one. Nathan Stout says the Lightning have a cigar lounge. What are your thoughts on a new stadium having one?
We'll have to see. Let's lean into who our community is. Yep.
I wanted to also ask a little bit about some of the fun stuff we're doing at Tropicana Field this year. A lot of it's for what I've seen, it looks beautiful. Yeah. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Everything, a lot of the seats have been redone, the turf, everything. Give me some highlights of what the fans will see.
So about 3 weeks ago, we had our fan fest, and I think fans have seen different teams do fan fests in different cities. The first thing we said is we're not just going to bring like 2 players to Fan Fest. I talked to Eric Neander and Kevin Cash, and I said, look, the best part about Fan Fest, as cool as the face painting and the food and being together as a community is, what fans want to see is interaction with the players. And so we bust up our entire 40-man roster from Port Charlotte to show up and be with our fans for our first Fan Fest. And
that's awesome.
What happened? 50,000 people came out. We weren't even in the Trop that day. We were outside the Trop for a Fan Fest. That shows you the excitement and connectivity that we're trying to build with this organization. This year, the Trop will look better than it ever has. We've talked about everything everybody's heard about, obviously the new roof, but brand new sound system, brand new video board, brand new field, renovating all the suites, building several new clubs and a couple of really kind of fun nooks and crannies, a new candy shop, a speakeasy. I mean, this is
speakeasy.
This is Tropicana Field we're talking about.
You need a private.
What's the code?
Right.
What's the code?
When we start,
162 landing.
A guy.
Would be the code.
Exactly. That's good. right. So, and then you talk about celebrating the traditions of the team, right? And honoring Longo this year. And
Amen.
Retiring his number this summer. A totally rebuilt promotional schedule that honors Tropicana Field.
I love that.
I think there were a lot of people that wondered if baseball would ever return to Tropicana Field, and we're coming back in a big way. I will share with you here, opening day is nearly sold out at this point. I think that's not the breaking news. I'll give you that in a minute, but we're really, really excited as the community's, surging back to the building, and you're going to see that all season long.
That was actually the first question at the forum, by the way. Remember the girl? Quincy or so. She said, what about the fan engagement and the fan experience?
Yeah, her name was Sydney.
It's
the first question she asked.
Remember?
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
And I was like, great first question, because baseball of all sports has this love affair with its fans.
That's right.
A lot of the other sports, especially big stadium sports, fans are so far away. Right. That's the beauty of the game, and people are enjoying it right now in Arizona, and obviously at the Grapefruit League here in Florida. I feel from your experiences of 15 plus years in the minor leagues, how do you matriculate of not being minor leagues, but still having that fan experience, not only at the ballpark, to be honest with you, Ken, but also out in the community?
That's right. I mean, I think Tampa Bay Rays are a Major League Baseball team. We're one of 30 cities that gets to have one of these experiences, for over 81 nights a year and 162 games a year. the experience at the ballpark that you're going to see, and it starts truly here on April 6th.
Amen.
Will be different. And that is a commitment that we're making, this ownership group's making, I'm personally making. We're all doing our part. Tropicana Field, the experience in that building is going to feel energetic. We were testing the sound system yesterday, just blaring AC/DC. I promise you, there was no work getting done by our staff yesterday.
I love it.
We want to, I was going to say we want to blow the roof off the place.
That's
probably
funny.
not the most appropriate thing to say,
like
right?
that.
But
Yeah,
don't say that. But
you've already done that.
Exactly. But we want this to be just exceptionally special. And when play ball is called there on April 6th, it's going to be awesome.
You know, you mentioned some of the negativity, and one of the things I feared when I go online, and I have to remind myself that this is where most of the negative people live anyway. There's been a lot of negativity. I'm sure you've seen it. How do you deal with that? Like you said, you want to be wanted. I'm like, people, can we not show a little love? Because this deal that you're putting on the table, and I tell people this all the time, there are 20 cities in America that are hoping we blow this. I mean, I know you haven't talked to anybody. I'm sure they've reached out to you guys. I'm positive of that. There are 20 cities that would line up for this opportunity. And there are cities all over America that are putting way more public money into things and not getting the things from the team that you guys are asking. So my question is, are you feeling the love at all? We're trying to bring it to you every day. Did you get a lot of the 1999 deposits? I'm sure there were tons of those.
We have, and the response from the community has been incredible. I think it has been almost overwhelming. Everywhere we go, all anybody wants to talk about is the ballpark. And this community loves baseball. You get it. You understand that. You guys talk about it every day. I think what we're saying is for Tampa Bay to succeed, for us to be able to win. I'm not just talking about on the field winning.
Mm-hmm.
This is our time.
Yeah.
And this is our moment. And, you know, folks in our shoes, you know, maybe sometimes generationally don't even get a chance to make a city. There are a lot of cities, to your point, that would love to have Major League Baseball.
God, yes.
And we want to be right here.
Yeah.
We want to be right here in Tampa Bay.
No, it fits so absolutely perfectly. Yeah. You mentioned music, AC/DC. What are your music tastes? What do you like?
Oh, I listen to everything. That's a dangerous question.
I'm the same way.
Generally, whatever my son has on.
What's in your iPod?
How old is he?
So, my son's 17.
Nice.
So Josh, I just leave your imagination. He's a great kid. We listen to everything. There's in our house, there's either a ball game on of some sort, and I will tell you, there is always a ball game on. I was watching these WBC games. They're starting at 11 at night.
Right.
You sleep for 3-4 hours. They're back on at 5 in the morning from Asia, and my wife is sitting up there with me watching the games. You'll see Liz at Rays games. You'll see her there tonight. She keeps score at every game.
Scorebook?
Scorebook and
Come
all.
on.
Yep. She struggles a little bit
You
with
got a
spring
winner.
training with all these substitutions.
Yeah, we all do.
But she's hardcore, and she learned it from her dad.
Come on.
Yeah, no, you'll see it.
Marry a girl that keeps a scorebook in a
exactly.
baseball game. How did you find her?
That's Liz Babby.
She's delightful, by the way.
She's the best.
Nice to thank you for bringing her over the other
that was
night. It was
sweet.
delightful to meet her.
Yeah, so we're going to do something fun today, and I thought I'd sort of share it here first because we're on here together.
Yes.
So, you know, folks have sort of asked us, why do the Tampa Bay Rays not have a jersey that says Tampa Bay when they're on the road?
Yeah, I have 12 questions in here about that.
It came up at the public huddle
It
the
does,
other
sure
night.
did.
Patrick Zalupski, our managing partner and control person, got asked this question on Twitter and said, you know, why don't we? And so on Tampa Bay Rays social today, should hit here very soon if it hasn't hit already, we're going to put some combinations out there.
Okay.
And we want to hear from the fans. If the Tampa Bay Rays were to have a gray road jersey, which one you like the best? And we're giving you hats to choose from. We're giving you jerseys to choose from. And we figured what day more appropriate to do it. The Rays are back in Tampa tonight, but as the road team playing the Yankees.
Yes.
So this would not be for the 26th season. This is something we're looking at further out.
Fair enough.
But, you know, talk about just putting our fans in the driver's seat. You'll get 4 combinations today to look at. It'll be over Instagram. It'll be on Twitter later today. And we'll leave it out there for a few days for folks to vote. And who knows, we might just choose one.
Breaking it right here.
How about
JP
that?
Yeah.
We're going to have
Peterson
Tampa
Show.
Bay back. I love the connection that you've made to all of the community. You know, I've always said this, that I didn't grow up here, but it's been my home for 30 years. And when I first moved here, I didn't get the provincialism of St. Pete versus Tampa versus. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it because I grew up in South Florida, where it's it's Miami, it's Hollywood, it's where I live. Fort Lauderdale. It's one big city. Nobody says, "Oh, this versus this," and I just didn't get it. And you guys are doing a great job of embracing St. Petersburg, which is your home for the next 3 years, and then obviously Hillsborough County and the surrounding areas as well. This 7-county area, this 11th largest market in America.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this as one community, and we went from a public huddle in Tampa at Hillsborough College on Tuesday night. I went home, I slept a few hours, got up, shaved and showered, and spoke at the St. Pete Chamber Board the next morning. And you could somehow look at that and say, well, how does that work? We are one community. We are Tampa Bay.
Yes.
And we share an airport. We share professional sports teams. We share, great restaurants. Yeah. We share incredible entertainment options, and we're going to share what we're about to build. And so I sort of reject the notion when folks sort of talk about cities pitting themselves against each other. I grew up in a city in Washington, D.C. that didn't have Major League Baseball. We traveled up to Baltimore to go to games. Those were two distinct, I think anybody that sort of travels in the Northeast would agree. Yeah. DC and Baltimore were two totally different cities. This is a totally different dynamic. We are one region, one community, and we're going to share this. And so we're excited about that.
Any other news you wanted to break here?
That's enough for today.
That's enough? Okay.
New jerseys, that's pretty good, right?
That's a good one.
Yeah,
no,
get online. And I would also encourage, after you choose your favorite Rays road jersey, go back to raysbaseball.com and go through I know we got a lot of great sports fans here. Go through some of the baseball history in Tampa. We just put up a whole sort of montage.
I love that you've done that.
Leaning into the Tampa Smokers, the old Cigar City leagues, the history of baseball, and Al Lopez.
Cuban baseball coming over here, being a Cuban-born guy.
We've spent a lot of time really, and it's authentic.
Yes.
It's all on our new Ballpark website. It's there with all the economic data. So when all of it.
Yeah.
And so spend some time there. The video that we posted, I know you were kind enough to share that the other night.
Love that.
My parents were following along with the community huddle through JP's post the other night. We want to share everything. And so if folks want to see more, if they have ideas, come on out to raysbaseball.com and share it. I will also share on this podcast my email address. It's ken@raysbaseball.com. If there's something you want to see,
one more time,
if there's something you want to see in the new ballpark, in the Trop, or with the Rays in the community, send it to me at ken@raysbaseball.com.
That's transparency right there.
Right there.
I do have and also about watching the games. I've been a broadcaster for the Rays for 12 years, and we have such a great following of fans that some of them can't make it out to the ballpark. Talk a little bit about Rays TV and what's coming forward and the availability and beyond, not just Rays TV.
What channel is it going to be on, Spectrum or the local?
We're still waiting to announce it, but your fans, everybody will be able to find it on the same local cable and DirecTV, the same channels that they've always found it on. But we've gone a step further.
Yeah.
The great sort of frustration, I think, in the past about the Rays when I talk to fans is, geez, you go to the MLB app, Ken, and you tap on the Rays, and you could be anywhere in Tampa Bay and the game's blacked out. And in fact, our territory, our TV territory, spans all the way past Orlando, up through Jacksonville. It's virtually the entire state of Florida, other than Miami. Folks are sort of amazed by that. But if you're anywhere in that territory and you want to watch the Rays game on your phone or on your iPad in any kind of streaming environment, in the past, you were fully blacked out, which is sort of crazy. No more blackouts. So
that's awesome.
So we've launched Rays TV to deliver our games to fans for, I think a very fair price for 162 games for $99.
Great deal.
Anywhere in the market, every single game, also radio, also all of the Rays minor league affiliate games all season long are also included in that package.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So if you want to watch our team in Durham play, to watch our prospects, if you want to watch the team in Charleston,
did not know that.
You can Charleston River Dogs, you can watch that. It's all there.
That's cool.
And that's available without a blackout.
$100.
We have to bring the content to the fans, and it needs to be frictionless, and that'll start this year.
Somebody asked if you're opening the upper deck at all.
We will open the upper deck. It will not be open on opening day. We're working with the city on that, and it will open this year.
Actually,
yes. It's a great question.
Yeah, I love that. I wanted to ask you real quick about, I know this is a very long story, but the acquisition of the team.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived that with you.
Yeah.
I lived that with you.
I had hair on it. It was about 7 feet tall when we started.
What was that? By the way, my wife said I have to give you a hat before you walk out.
I would
here.
love a hat.
Yeah,
that.
we got you.
You like the red or the white?
I'll go with the white.
The white's sweet.
It's good.
Can you grab that for him? You
Yeah,
put it on while we're
Come on,
on.
that's awesome.
What was that like? And what was the excitement of and was there a moment when you when you called Patrick and Bill and said, "We got it"?
Yeah, there was a moment. And there've been a lot of a lot of great moments. So look, thank you. Oh, this is great. I love it. Come on now. I'm gonna put it on right now. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Oh, Nelly, he's legit.
Promo material right here. There we go. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Pretty good. Yeah,
that looks fantastic.
I'm telling you, we've been such a fan of this podcast, and folks are going to think I'm just, not telling the truth. We were listening to this every day. Bill Cosgrove, my partner, listens to your podcast every day.
He's awesome.
I bought him a JP Peterson sweatshirt for Christmas, and we put it under his tree. And he called me, FaceTimed me on Christmas morning with his JP Peterson. Community needs great local sports talk, and you guys do it the best.
And he's a super sleuth reporter, by the way. He's not just a broadcaster.
Yeah, exactly.
You were when we met you at the public forum. You're like, how did you get? You knew when I was going to meet with Manfred. How?
Listen, relationships.
My man
right?
is
connected.
Yeah.
He's connected. Yeah. So look, the acquisition of the team. We could probably do a whole nother podcast episode on it.
Anytime.
But it's a story of perseverance. It's a story of partnership. It's a story, I think, of bringing great humans together to try and solve a bigger question for Tampa Bay. But from Patrick to Bill to the Weatherfords to Fred Ridley to Dan Doyle, I could go on and on and on. The folks who are a part of this, to have the confidence and strength that you're doing this with good humans, good people, great leaders who each in their own right have built world-class businesses, many of them here in Tampa Bay.
You're sitting in one right now, here with Mike Murphy.
Mike Murphy, right? I mean, it just goes on, and you look at the quality. And we got together for our first, JP, you'll love this. We got together for our first Partners Day last week. We had everybody down to Port Charlotte. The guys took batting practice. Even Mike Murphy took batting practice.
Yeah.
Everybody took batting practice. Yep, exactly. He could still rope it.
Yeah, he showed me the video. Trust me, he came in. Hey, how's my swing? How's my swing? I go,
these
not
guys
bad, not bad.
Are so excited. Maybe not as excited as I am, but they're super excited. And, and Cashy spent some time with them, and Eric Neander sat down and talked about the team. This is a special group of people.
It is.
And this is, I got to tell you, from a fan's perspective, if you dream of having the right owners of a team that love baseball and love a city and want to see a team be successful, this is the group. And look, pressure's on. We haven't even played a game yet. We haven't built a ballpark yet. We've got a lot of work to do, but we got the right people around the table to be successful.
Well, you've hit a grand slam so far. I mean, multiple. And God, I want to hug you. I'm so invested in this in so many ways. And
let's get it done.
You guys, we got to get it across the finish line. I mean, in closing, I just want to, from our community, from a person that's been here for 30 years and covered local sports, this is exciting as a time as we've ever had. We've never done baseball right. And we are on the precipice of something that is so absolutely transformative for this. And you've verbalized in so many ways, and you keep coming back to the thing that is so important: community and humans. Our entire world is moving towards isolation and hating and dividing. This brings people together. Yep. It brings people together, like literally in one place, where we're all together and unified in one goal. And so many good people are involved in this. And I cannot implore city, county commissioners enough. And you, the people out there, you guys have got to get out, come to these forums, support these folks, get your deposit in. I'm not selling deposits. I'm selling love for Tampa Bay, man, and baseball and bringing people together.
Well, there's more forums next week. All the dates are on raysbaseball.com. So if one date doesn't work, bring your family out. Folks were out in Rays jerseys the other night.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Even if you don't have a question, come support. This is
our time. We're committed to working to get it done, and I can't thank you both for the incredible support.
Well, Ken, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for the generosity of your time and everything you're doing. I want to say a quick thank you to all of our sponsors. I told them we weren't going to do a break here. All these great local companies, the Golden Diamond Source, Pitch Roofing, all of our great, you see them all across the bottom there. Genesis of Tampa, Kingmakers of Tampa, Italiano Insurance, Cafe Paradiso, Third Generation Plumbing. Am I forgetting anybody? Riveters, all these great places. Have you been to Riveters?
Not yet.
You got to go to Riveters.
I don't get out of the office.
I know.
These days.
We'll take you to lunch there for some time.
Yeah, love it.
Ken, thanks again.
Appreciate
I really
it.
appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for the
Thanks
work.
so much. Yeah.
All right, we're actually going to take a break right now, so we'll do that. We'll come back on the other side. Timmy, if you can, we'll double that up as we have some things to do here, and then we'll come back on the other side. The Rough Riders are going to be here a little bit later on. You know, we get the Rough Riders coming in to talk about the great things they're doing in the community. So much more show ahead, and we're going to talk football and Mike Evans. Can you get Mike Evans to come back?
One at a time.
We'll start with Junior. All right, back in 3, or actually 6. For Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
And welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. As we roll on here, big thanks to all of our local sponsors there, including Genesis of Tampa and Kingmakers, who the owner is sitting right to my right.
Make sure you don't forget.
That's right. Pitch Roofing, Riveters, Italiano, Golden Diamond, Third Generation Plumbing, and Cafe Paradiso, and Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Thanks to all you guys for our commercial-free first hour and a very news-making and epic interview, if I may. And the Big O and Mike Murphy, you were mentioned prominently in the previous.
We even talked about your swing.
That's right. Yeah. So you got a good swing there.
Good swing over
Did you go yard at all?
No, pulled a couple.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a
couple hammies.
No. Just
he showed me the video.
Shockingly good shape.
Showed me the video. It was a legit swing, bro.
Well, there's a love for baseball that just runs deep through the whole family for a very long time, right? So you better be able to back it up at the plate. And we're all pitchers, right?
You're all pitchers?
Yeah, we were all pitchers.
You're lefty?
But, I was a lefty. My dad was a curveball righty. But yeah, man, there's nothing like the game. Big O and I just got back from hosting the HBCU Classic in Augusta, Georgia. And that's kind of our kickoff to baseball, as far as live baseball goes. And it's great. It's the sport that's great at all levels. Like, we're watching a high school game just as bought in as we are for watching the Rays play.
Yeah.
And you can't say that about everything.
Maybe more so sometimes, because it brings me back to those days, when you go on the high school campuses and you're like, man, we didn't know. Yeah. Well, O played professionally, but we didn't know that this is going to be the greatest days of our lives. Like, being able to play baseball is like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, and
I wish I could do it again.
But the culture, the brotherhood, the conversations in the dugout, like I miss that more than anything.
Oh God, I'm thinking back to some of those. Oh my Lord,
shaving your head when you're over 12, all the ridiculous stuff you do in high school.
Even practice, if you think about it, because baseball has a lot of downtime in practice. You know what I mean? Where you're in the outfield shagging and you could talk and stuff like that. Obviously, you're doing drills, you're taking grounders, taking fly balls. But when BP's hitting, there's so much conversations going on. That's fun. It's really
the story of your adolescence and growing up. It just is.
Everything hits.
Talking about girls and taking your first hit of a joint in the bathroom before you play a game. And I remember all that stuff.
Benito Santiago. Yeah.
I was just thinking back to that story, and I'm like, but so much of my life was just growing up playing baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, God, good stuff. So how does it feel to be a grown-up and owning a baseball team?
It's surreal. It was my big audacious goal ever since I was 18 years old. I read a book to set a goal that, scared you a little bit. You didn't know if you could achieve it. And I'm a couple decades early, but I'm humbled to be part of an amazing group led by obviously amazing guy that you got to know a little bit.
Ken is just as authentic as he came across. There's a lot of comments to talk about. This guy is for real. We can tell he cares. And that's, one of the things that's just been missing from this franchise is someone who actually cares about the community and really wants to do something great and grandiose.
And that's the entire ownership group. When we are together and there's a compound effect, we're usually talking about community involvement. And it's so cool because we're all passionate, and that's going to be noticeable in the future.
And that's one of the things that we touched on that with Ken Babby, but but how local the ownership group is, how, ingrained from St. Pete to Clearwater to Tampa, obviously with the Weatherford group, with Augie Ribeiro, Cosgrove. There's so many.
Jacksonville. And Orlando with Mr. Work.
So
I mean, it's really kind of a
Florida,
statewide
all
thing.
statewide. That's beautiful.
And the big thing we all agree on is baseball's here to stay. It's very, very exciting.
And one of the things that I say, and people say, is this really going to happen? I'm like, look, the governor is fully invested. The commissioner of baseball is really fully invested. The ownership group is fully invested. And I mean, from spending a lot of money here. And for the first time, I've seen real energy from the mayors, the Congress, the county commission. There's too many, Dr. Atwater at Hillsborough College, the entire board. There's too many powerful, civic-minded people who have money and have political power to not get this done, right?
I agree. Now you still gotta make it happen,
right?
We all have a job to do. We all have our part. The more the cities get behind it, I say plural. I think it's a win-win. It can be great for St. Pete, it can be great for Tampa. We still got multiple years of playing at the Trop, and that's what I'm excited about. Just baseball's back in the Trop. And
I'm actually excited about going back to the Trop, and that's saying something.
Did you guys talk about some of the renovations?
A little bit.
Want
to add?
Well, just spending the insurance check was done correctly. It is fan focused.
Good to know.
It is going to be the most attractive version of the Trop you've ever seen. It's definitely not lipstick on a pig. I mean, this is a full remodel.
It's a whole new pig.
There's some real cool surprises.
I say that in the nicest way.
Yeah, I would just use social media. If you go to the Rays social media, you can see all the pictures. The suites, the home plate club, the Rays club, now the Baldwin club. Like these things.
The maintenance deck.
Yeah, that's gonna be
cool
and affordable.
Not
only, where else do you get for $50 an all-inclusive baseball experience, meaning food and bev and the seat?
Can't go to Applebee's for $50.
No. In fact, St. Louis is doing a deal for $29. You get all, free sodas and free fries and all, but it's $29. That does not include the ticket to get into the game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's $29 for the food package.
Yeah.
So this is $50, $49 to get in.
I'm excited.
And eat. It's phenomenal. All the owners the group was down in Port Charlotte just a few days ago. Talk about everybody coming together, and must have been nice to be able to be down there together.
It is, and what's cool is again the compound effect. You get all these people that care in the room together, led by Ken, and then you get to hear Patrick speak and Bill. We're just fired up. And I think the thing that we're looking at this as is a fiduciary responsibility to protect the game we love and the city we love. We're going to need to sell tickets. We're going to need sponsors. We're going to need all those things too. But this comes down to just putting a quality product on the field, building a state-of-the-art ballpark and surrounding area. And I think the big thing for meetings like that is you go from I think I can to with this group, I know I can. And now we're going to have to just execute quickly. And that's where the communities, I would encourage them to show up to the events like the one that was just this week. Get to know Ken. Like there's no other way than to hear the passion of which we speak with. Like this is everything. I think this ownership group will cut off their arms and legs before we're not successful.
That's the vibe I get, man. That's the vibe I get. Well, I dragged you in here, so I don't want to keep you all the time. But thank you for your sponsorship of this show, by the way, the O Show. And because I think you can hear it from Ken. I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but we've been a big part of this. And I'm so proud of that. I mean, it's my life's work to have this thing done the right way. And you guys are bringing it to fruition. So I can't thank you enough. And we're just honored beyond belief to be a small part of this effort and kind of connecting the community to it. So thank you.
But we appreciate so much easier together, right?
Yes.
If I may just add one last thing, baseball is back in St. Pete, right? April 6th, opening day, Monday. Play the Cubbies. Like you got to show up. Baseball's back in St. Pete. Let's go, Rays.
Yeah. Well, I think you said it's almost sold out. Let's sell it out. Let's get it done. Go online, get your tickets right now. And let's all be there. Are we all going to share a beer opening day?
I would love to. That sounds
Are we?
fantastic.
Of course.
We're making that commitment right now.
Give me a presidente, I'll be really happy.
Presidente.
Just don't drink it in the dugout.
I might have to slide it in the ballpark then. I don't think they serve presidente.
We'll figure it out. Though.
Number one.
Mike, thank you for jumping in,
Absolutely.
buddy.
All right, buddy.
Get back
Appreciate
to
it.
work.
All right, let's get to the comments, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sticking around? You're welcome to.
No, you've got. I'll stick around for the comments, but you got
And then
a
they
special guest.
We got the Rough Riders
You
in
got the
town.
Rough Riders. I already saw them outside.
They coming in.
Yeah,
they're coming in hot.
They're coming in hot, dude. So I got about 10
They're
minutes.
out in the sports bar drinking
they're
the
at
whiskey
Kingmakers
dry.
already starting, and it's not even noon. No, I'll stick with you for these 10 minutes, and you can do the Rough Riders, and then we'll do the Big O show later on.
Okay, here's a couple. Will there be rebranding? Will the next City Connect be just as awesome? There will be rebrand. Ken has answered that question a lot, and he basically just smiles and says, "Stay tuned."
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to give it all away, but that was breaking news. We're going to have Tampa Bay on the
Tampa
visiting
Bay
jerseys,
on the
you
visiting
guys will
jerseys,
get to
27.
pick which one.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm really liking about them so far, and don't remember it being as prevalent, if at all, was giving people, fans the option to, say, hey, I'm thinking about this or thinking about that. That was brought up at the public forum. And here it is. He's bringing it forward.
Yeah.
That was brought up and he goes, okay, if you guys are interested in that, he probably brought it back. That was Tuesday night. He brought it back to his people. And here we are, him breaking the news in the JP Peterson show.
That's pretty cool.
In 27, we're going to have Tampa Bay on their chest.
This is from Wesley, right? So when is the meeting with the city and the county going to be? They're hoping to get a vote in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So here we are in March. So it's got to be by next month.
I would think
so in the next 6 weeks. They've been negotiating the numbers on this for probably a month. So we're getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
When you're thinking about breaking ground in the fourth quarter in order to hit that 29 scenario, it's got to start moving forward.
Rick says, damn, 15 seconds in, he's already nicer than Stu. This is a whole new deal.
Well, availability and transparency means a lot. And by the way, he bought a house and lives here
already.
Hello. I don't know, but I don't think that was the case before.
I think Mr. Cosgrove has lived down in Sarasota, Bradenton area.
Yes.
So he's been here, and I believe Mr. Zalupski is moving here as well, or getting home here.
Yeah.
Local. Baby Rack says, please ask why we haven't seen any inside ballpark renderings, because they're still working on it.
Yeah.
And they're getting input from the fans. So that's why you haven't seen those. What else we got? There's Ashley. Thanks for the idea to get that FSS hat on him. That looked really good.
Yeah.
Wayne says, Rays fans love you, Ken Babby. We needed someone that engages with fans like you do. We look forward to an awesome 2026 season. I can't underscore that enough. Being part of this community, when I heard that Ken moved here like immediately and has been out everywhere, and we see him even more.
By the way, I if I'm not mistaken, he gave out his email for people. He goes like, "Hey, just email me and with some thoughts." Who does that?
Yeah. Alex Nunn says, Babby's a true example of an owner you want in any sport. Welcome to Tampa Bay, 6-year season ticket holder. This is the first time I'm excited about our future. And I love what he said about Jeff Finnick and the Lightning.
Yeah.
Where he said that they're not going to reinvent the wheel. There's a template, right, to incredible community involvement, and we'll do
if
exactly
you think about templates, I mean, they're taking the Tampa Bay Lightning template. Oh, by the way, just a few years ago, not that long ago, they were named not just the best run organization in hockey, in all of sports. So that says a lot. And also he's taken the template, obviously, from the Battery. Interestingly, he's taken a template from Jacksonville for the CBA, for the community benefits agreement. So they're listening and they're sponging themselves in with different things and going to put out the best of all worlds with those type of connections.
JS813 wants to know if we can get the jumbo shrimp in our minor league system. I would say that's going to happen soon. They should be.
That's a Marlins franchise.
Is it Marlins?
AAA. Yeah, they won the whole thing last year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they won.
I thought they were double A, so they moved to triple A Marlins.
Ken Babby's team in Jacksonville won the whole caboodle, kit and caboodle last year in triple A baseball.
See, that's interesting because
he's a champion.
Ownership freaking matters.
Yeah. Winning matters too, Bo, by the way.
Yeah, that does. Will there be a dog park at the park?
Interesting.
Can we have doggy day?
Oh, of course.
I don't know. We have a new stadium. Do we want dogs crapping all over the stadium?
Yes, we want dogs.
Dogs are better than humans. Let's go.
Bring my dog.
Sergio says Ken is the man. This from Rick. Stu gave out his email too. However, it was a GoFundMe page.
I'm old. I love it. Thank you for that.
Nicely done, Rick. Tim, everybody's worried about you in the comments.
How's the knee?
You want to show yourself or make sure proof of life?
I'll pop on camera here if everybody wants. I'm going to look the same as I always do.
I mean, without you, this thing doesn't happen.
Here I am.
There you are.
How's the ACL?
Got my crutches here.
Has the swelling gone down?
Yeah. So I got
I was gonna say, how about your leg? Yeah.
So I went to an urgent care yesterday, and they didn't have like the CT scan, MR. Obviously, I knew that, but they did an X-ray. And the good news is there's no bone structure damage, so no dislocation. And this is a knee that I had reconstructed in 1994, and all of the hardware from then is still in place. So it's all that's
so the structure's good. You just probably tore some.
Right. So
some ligaments.
They gave me an anti-inflammatory and some really good muscle relaxers.
Hello.
Really hello.
Hola.
Hello.
And they said if it's still bothering me, then like next week, Wednesday or Thursday, I probably need to go to the actual orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get an MRI,
soft tissue test.
But is the swelling? No kidding aside, is the swelling gone down?
Yeah, the swelling has gone down on the meds, and I was able to actually stand in the shower this morning without assistance from a lovely lady.
I'll come down there and hold you up in the shower if you need.
There you go. Get in line. Get in line. There's a line for that.
I got big hands and big feet. When this means big gloves and big shoes.
Oh, you just went to the front of the line now.
Wow. Can we get that edited out, please? All right. Well, we're just checking in on you, Tim.
Yeah, we love you.
All right. Before we get the Rough Riders on here in just a second, lightning fall last night, 4-1. Another ugly performance.
They've been a little shaky lately.
Horrible. They've been outscored 20-8 in their 4-game losing streak, and it just doesn't look anything like they were playing before. Like it doesn't even look like the same team. I don't know what
it happens, bro. It's
they're all out of sorts. This whole Olympic break is really
sorts for.
Well, the Olympic break did them no favors. Clearly,
20 days.
Yeah, it just crushed
That's
them.
it right there, buddy.
But it also you feel like it's a great reason why they're out of sync. Yeah, and eventually they'll get back in. The problem is they don't have any practice time. And
interesting.
And because the games are all so condensed now with the Olympic break, the 27 games in 50 days. So there's really no practice time to kind of figure some of this stuff out. So kind of yucky. One little note on Mike Evans too, since we said we were going to talk about that. Mike, Buffalo obviously makes a deal for DJ Moore. That looked like one of the places where he might go. So do you take them off the list? It starting to look more and more like maybe there's not a huge market for Mike. Or there's maybe just one team that's out there that's already getting ready to pounce as of next week, and that might be the Patriots. That might be who got rid of Diggs. So there's we'll see where it goes, but I'm still kind of like 60-40. He's probably leaving, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. We don't want him to leave, but
we do not.
See. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. The Rough Riders are in the house, so we're going to talk to those guys about all the great work they do in the community. Talk some sports with them as well. And we'll be back in 3 minutes. Stay with us. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com.
They gave us the touchdowns, the tackles, the unforgettable moments. Now the NFL legends are teeing it up for a cause that matters, caring for kids. Join the Tampa Bay NFL Alumni Association annual golf tournament on Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Spend the day golfing alongside former NFL stars who play the game at the highest level. The day includes complimentary breakfast, luncheon, and award ceremony. The winning team will get an expense-paid trip to Tucson, Arizona to compete in the Super Bowl of golf tournaments. Register today at givebutter.com/QLHP3I. That's givebutter.com/QLHP3I. Or call James Ridley at 813-773-5723. 813-773-5723. Sponsor limited. Register today. Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Play golf, meet legends, impact local kids. Sponsorship still available.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ, at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to this very historic and special day here at the JP Peterson Show. We thank you guys so much for joining us, and big thanks to all of our sponsors who have been so gracious and supporting this show. We love to bring you all the great things that are happening in this community, not just sports. So, the interview with Ken Babby, and I think he really connected what this project can mean for the community of Tampa Bay, and we're so happy to be part of it and be able to connect the community to this ownership group. Now we have another group of awesome individuals here are joining me in the studio. It is the Rough Riders group. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. To my right is the Lieutenant Colonel Robin Kahn. He is the president of the Rough Riders. To my left right here is Todd Perry. He is the secretary of the Rough Riders. And over there is Rick Siglio, who is the vice president. Guys, thanks so much for jumping in.
Our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
You guys do great things in the community, and I was just asking you. I don't know how much you heard of the Ken Babby interview, but your thoughts on possibly having this Rays Stadium right here on Hillsborough and bringing this whole community together. Todd, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. It absolutely kind of reinforces everything that we do around the community. And,
absolutely.
And enforcing just that, Tampa Bay love of all our sports. But, we're excited not only to have them here in Tampa, but also in our parade that we'll be talking about in a few minutes. So you're going to see them kind of enjoying the day with us in a few weeks, actually next week. So, yeah,
the Rays are going to be with you and at the St. Paddy's Day parade. So tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So it's downtown Tampa. It starts at 2:00 right after Dyeing the River Green. So we're hoping everybody's going to.
Which is at 11.
That's at 11. So watch the River Green and then turn around and watch the St. Patrick's Day parade. We're going to have over 100 floats there.
Nice.
Lots of groups. Going to be a great time.
And we'll be throwing out these really cool beads right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be a great event. Everybody's going to have fun. Last year we topped over 40,000 people with the combination of the river, and everybody was downtown.
Nice.
We hope to break that record again this year. We've partnered up with the Downtown Partnership, and there is a great communication between two of us as marrying this event together. We've got so many great things coming with it. We've got 40 veterans from Ireland coming this year.
Oh, nice.
In the parade. They picked our parade out of all the St. Patrick's Day parades. And it's going to be a great event. There's going to be a ceremony for that. There's just so many things. We got bleacher seats. We got things that we've grown the parade quite a bit. And being in downtown has been a great choice for the Rough Riders.
I want to party with the Irish guys. Tell me about them.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a group of veterans. This is what they do every year. They pick one place to go parade. They heard about us because last year was the first year we ever placed in the top 20 of parades. We hit 19 out of all the parades, and that was our first time that's ever happened to us. The River Green actually is the third best River Green in the country. So they're coming in town. They're heading to all our events. We've got big parties. We've got a big party tonight down at Four Green Fields, Kilts and Cocktails.
Oh, nice. Right there on Curtis Hickson?
Yes, sir.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah, then, love that place.
They're going to be at our big St. Pat's Bash next weekend. We have a big party at the Shriners. We got about 500 people will be there, and we party with live bands and drink beer and all that good stuff. And they're going to be there at all those. And then before they leave town, they're going to do a big presentation to the Rough Riders, appreciating their 31 years as supporting St. Patrick's Day and doing parades.
All right. So tell me about what you guys are doing in the community. You do so much. For a long time, you've been providing the teddy bears for the kids, and you're still doing that, right?
Teddy bears.
We do a lot of them. Robin. So we probably do 70 to 80 teddy bear runs a year. Especially around December, we go to hospitals, Veterans Center, kids and women's shelters. We also give teddy bears to law enforcement. So when they go into a situation where there may be a family with somebody that needs a little love, they'll have one of our teddy bears there.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Takes a stressful situation for the kids down a notch.
It does. And the community supports us so much in that. We get a lot of those bears donated
How many?
to us.
There used to be mountains.
Thousands. Yeah. So we give them away, we give away 15 to 18,000 bears a year.
Oh my God.
So it's a lot of bears, and we appreciate the support in getting them to us.
And that's not all you guys do. What else? What else? We got a golf tournament coming up. We got we talked about the parade. What else are we doing?
Fishing tournament.
Fishing tournament.
Yeah. So the fishing tournament's right around the
that's
corner in
coming
June.
up June 20th, and that's at the Fusion Hotel in Treasure Island.
Okay.
We're hoping to have 50 to 100 boats there. They're going to have an offshore division, inshore, and a tarpon division. Going to be big this year, really big. It's all fundraising for the Rough Riders.
Now, when you guys show up in costume, you got any good stories? Like people, are you law enforcement? Are you military? Boy Scout?
Probably be the biggest thing we hear.
Yeah. Got any good stories on that?
Probably nothing we can share right at the moment. So
There really isn't anything we can talk about.
Okay, good.
But
Understood.
Let me pivot just a little bit and officially welcome you as our community hero for the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with that. I don't even know what to do with that.
Everything that you've done and continue to do to help support our community, especially through all our sports franchise, we wanted to take a moment to recognize you. And I know you spent the last couple of years on the other side of the mic, introducing us as we've come through the parade route. And we wanted to take an opportunity just to really thank you and celebrate you and everything that you do.
Wow,
So
man.
thank you.
I can't tell you how humbled I am by that. I've been in this community for 30 years now. And, I grew up in South Florida, but this is my home. I love it here. And I love supporting local sports because I think it brings us all together. So I was talking with Ken, and this is my passion. Baseball does that, sports does that, but also with you guys, with the Gasparilla Parade and all the things around it, you bring the community together. There's so much negativity out there. Maybe you guys can share some positive stories about you bringing, so much joy to the kids with the teddy bears and all the things that you do, and what a great community it is, and how the community comes out for Gasparilla and everything else.
So our founder, Charlie Spicola, started this organization back in 1976. So we're almost 50 years old. We have a historic building, a museum down in Ybor City. We give tours of that, lots of historic artifacts in there. But we love to talk about Teddy Roosevelt. He was here in 1898, and they launched right out of here to liberate Cuba from Spain. A lot of history right here in Tampa, and we talk about it all the time.
One of the greatest presidents of all time. We need another Teddy Roosevelt. That's what we need.
Do. And I think as you talk through that community impact, and as much as Robin talked through, one of our biggest things that we do too is working with our veterans. And, our membership's close to 640 members, and a lot come from prior.
Yeah, you guys are a huge crew.
Yeah, you definitely know when we're coming down the street.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
And one of the things that we do every year that not a lot of people know is we work with the VA hospital on Thanksgiving, and we actually feed the staff, the patients, and all the family.
That's awesome.
So this past year we had close to 400 people there that we took the time. Our members came in. We worked with Tampa Bay, feeding Tampa Bay, and was able to really celebrate Thanksgiving for them. And really, kind of give a little smile and a little couple minutes of enjoying the good things in life.
And we got a golf tournament coming up too. When is that? When and where?
In September. That is at Carrollwood Country Club. And
great
more
venue.
Information, go to TampaRoughRiders.org, and all of our events are there. We got a lot of stuff going on.
All right. So if somebody wants to get involved with the Rough Riders, to be a Rough Rider, what's that process like?
So we have an application process. You have to be an upstanding citizen and kind of prove it to be one of us. In May through June, we accept applications. Every year, we probably take in around 30 new members. But we still have a cap. You have to fit in. But we're always looking for new people.
Yeah, I would add to that. Probably the best way to kind of find out what we do and how we do it is come join us at one of our events. We're probably one of the very few crews that go 365 days. We have events.
You guys are
throughout the
always
year,
around.
so we're always there. Our website, TampaRoughRiders.org. That's where you can go and see all our events. And probably that'd be the first step. If you don't know a Rough Rider, come hang out with us. We're very open and we'll talk to anybody. So,
and that can happen at the St. Patty's Day Parade.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're excited. Like I said, this year we've got a different route. It's a longer route. We've got a different staging area. We've got, I think as Robin said, we have over 70 floats, over 110 participants. Like I said, the Rays are coming in. We've got the local women's soccer league, the Tampa Bay.
Oh, the Sun. Yeah. Cool.
They're coming in. So we're really, last year we had the Lightning. They've got a game that night. So, they're going to be a little busy, but that's the whole part.
Yeah. I got to get from this gig to that gig.
And don't worry. I got you covered.
Sorry. So my last question is, how do I get one of those hats? Those hats are really cool. That sounds really cool. I like your hat.
You stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You become a member, you get one of these hats.
Oh,
that is true. There you go,
okay.
Right there's a good plug.
I think I have a goal. I have
one last thing for you. I know we've given you some beads, but this is our official challenge coin for the downtown Tampa
I love
Parade.
that. Oh, awesome.
So it's got a picture of Theodore Roosevelt on the
front. It's so nice. I don't know if you guys can see that on my camera. There it is. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. Teddy Roosevelt. Walk softly and carry a big stick, right?
Absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And thank you for this honor. I mean, literally when you called me and told me that, and I got to tell my daughter who's going to join me, I was really excited about that. And it's really going to be a super special day for me. And I can't thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough.
Let me be the first to officially welcome you to the parade. Come out, hang out with us.
Oh, I will.
A little bit before we get you into that VIP car, but you'll definitely have a great time.
We'll be there. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the work you do in the community. It really is amazing.
Appreciate it.
You're not like that. You Mystic Crew Pirates that they just come and party and then they leave.
No.
Those guys, a bunch of drunks. I know them all. Yeah. I was hanging out with them last night. They're like, we're done now. We did our boat thing. And I'm like, well, you guys are still working.
Yeah, like I said, we don't sleep. We're here 365.
Seasonal partiers. Get out of here with that. You Mystic Crew. No, I love them. They do great work. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side, finish up with your comments. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucks and Rays play. We'll see you there. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this historic Friday. If you missed the Ken Babby interview, we will be disseminating that out. You can always go listen to it as a podcast. At YouTube, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right, got a couple minutes left. Going to get to all of your great comments. And once again, thank you guys so much for being in here. We can't do any of it without you guys. Chris Cole, good morning to you. Said, I saw the Shriners and the Rough Riders, and I became a Bucs fan when I was in the hospital, and some players came in to see us. Yeah, they do a lot of those hospital visits. And, and they're bringing the teddy bears. It just makes such a difference to those kids and the families that are in there. And, we need more of that. JLR says the parade needs to be a night parade again. It's too hot for the day parade. They've gone obviously they've gone to the day parade on St. Patty's, and just it's potluck really. Last year we had a really good day. It was beautiful. Michael LaRue said Stu has a question. Ken moved here? That's crazy. Why would an owner do that? Right? As you guys have probably noted, I have tried to stay away from any talk of said past regime, except when needed to contrast as to what these guys are doing. We've done enough of that, right? We know what that was all about. And all I'll say is for the years and years and years, I told you guys, when Stu's gone, wait to see how fast this gets done. Did I lie? Did I stutter?
Nope.
Thank you, Timmy.
Nope.
It's not that hard when you have good people with the community in mind. And I think Ken really shaped that very well, how committed they are. And I don't know if I said it there, but I've dealt with these guys for a while, and I know some of them for 20, 30 years. And I can just tell you, they are absolutely 100%. They're all very rich men, and they can do whatever they want in their lives. And this is hard work for a lot of them. It's a hard work. It's a heavy lift, and it's an investment. And the community needs to come together and coalesce behind them and put away all the negativity about past things raised, because I still think that's hurting them. I still think that the sins of the past regime are still hurting them, because people they don't know this group. And that's why I've told them, you guys got to get out. You got to get out into the community. I think Ken has done a great job of that. We need to get obviously you can't have all the owners out in the community, but we need as much visibility as possible, because I think once you get to know them and see them, you'll understand this is different. And the sins of the past should not be associated with this group whatsoever.
JP, it's kind of like a restaurant. with 1-star ratings across the board for the last 10 years, and then a new ownership management comes in, they take it over. That is a challenge to rebuild the name and the community of that place and to restore people's faith and try to get people to come out, but it's doable.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift. You know, it's always bad to like have it in the same place, right? The same the same location.
Yeah.
Because it's just, but this whole Trop is going to be different. It's the same location for now, but they're going to be moving to a bigger, better place. So that's good. What else we got here? Rick says the pitch riffing song will be Junior's walk-up song. He'll hit it over the roof. That's for sure. He'll damage the roof. Sergio, we need Tampa Bay written on the jerseys. There you go. It's going to happen. Breaking news right here.
That really confused me. What's on their road jerseys now? Is it just say Rays?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, Rays.
I've never ever encountered a Major League Baseball team that doesn't have their home city on their road uniforms. Like, why'd they do that?
I don't know.
That's really weird.
Always been a sticking point. Always been a sticking point. Cigar City Noel says that was epic. That gentleman is polished. He is. And I don't want that to become, as a negative connotation either. He's politician, but he cares. Yeah, you can tell that he cares. He does. I mean, it is literally a lifelong passion. And that's why, you got to understand, as a kid, watching Camden Yard transform Baltimore and really, as he said, change ballparks forever.
Yeah, because that was a toilet of an area, man.
Oh, that was unbelievable. And frankly, this area is not, I don't want to call it a toilet because the college is there, but that college is in such desperate need of repair. And without this big development producing the tax money that it's going to produce, the state would not invest in moving the college or fixing it to the level that they're going to. So anybody that has issues with, they're displacing the college and, they're going to be in portables for a while. Yes, they will be. Progress has a price. And if you're, to trade out a couple of years in portables to get a brand new campus with all the opportunities that are going to come along with that for the students, the students that are there now are going to have to sacrifice for the students of the future. That's true. And with a bigger vision in mind, they could stay there or, come back in a couple of years when in the new college. There's a lot of different options you can have, but the bottom line is it's going to be better in the long run. And for a lot of people that can't afford to go to a 4-year college, this is a very inexpensive way to get great training and great opportunities, and the Rays are part of that. So that's pretty damn cool. All right, what else do we need to get to, partner? Let me go with this one. Alex Dunn says, JP, thank you for all your hard work. Love what you do and everyone involved. So excited about Rays baseball and the future of all Tampa Bay sports for generations to come. Yeah, I'll just close by just saying that, this has been a journey, a saga, this stadium fatigue for so long. And it was all because of Stu Sternberg. I've told you guys this forever. It's not a Hillsborough problem. It's not a St. Pete problem. We bent over backwards to get something done with that man. And quite frankly, I'm glad the way it's turned out. We got rid of an owner that didn't give a rat's ass about Tampa Bay. And, credit to Rob Manfred for finally realizing what was going on here. And he wanted to give Stu as much leash as he possibly could and give him as much opportunity as he could to make it right. And he finally realized that he's just not that guy. He didn't care. It was all about him and money. And you can't run a sports franchise like that. It has to be part of the community. And I think Ken was very eloquent in his words about what Jeffrey Vinnick has done. And to hear him say that they're going to follow in those footsteps and use that template and put the Rays spin on it is absolute brilliance. And I think it should reinforce to anybody out there that is skeptical about this group what their foundations are, what their belief system is. I mean, if you can't listen to this interview and be as excited as I am and others about what this could be for this area, I don't know what to tell you. You're just a negative person that wants to see the downside of it. And I know a lot of you are like, well, if it's so great, why can't they afford it to do it themselves? Well, first of all, you have to have buy-in from the community to get the land, to get the infrastructure and all those things done. So they have to be a partner. And again, this is a business as well. And if as I said it before, and this is an absolute truth, there are 20 cities in America that would line up for this opportunity, if not more. It's a
couple of them in your state.
That's right. Yeah, Orlando, not too far away. Jacksonville,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jacksonville.
They would kill for it. Because it's such a community asset. And we think of what this, the Sportsplex is going to look like. It will, as Bob Buckhorn said, likely be a great opportunity to produce light rail in this town, which we need so desperately. Or maybe, as I had some conversations last night with some political big hitters who thought, you know what, we'll take the Bright Line right through downtown and have it go from Orlando Airport all the way to Tampa Airport with a stop at the Sportsplex. Imagine 70 million visitors a year that come into Orlando. And what is it for the Tampa Bay area? I think it's 35, 40 million that come in. I mean, being able to shuttle back and forth, how many more people will come and stay at the beaches if they know they can bright line to Orlando and back and forth? So this opens up so much of this other growth opportunity that is needed. And again, it brings people together in a time when we're so divided and people want to isolate themselves. Here's an opportunity to do something within the community and, yes, benefit the community in such a tremendous way. And I think keeping a baseball team is a big part of it. And losing it, really, with this opportunity that's before you right now, can you honestly, as a city commissioner, as a county commissioner, can you really look at this and go, no, it's not worth it? Like, what are you possibly thinking? But we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see in the next month, really month and a half, when these votes are taken. I hope anybody who has any questions will come and refer back to this. And Timmy, I'm sure you'll cut this up and we'll have clips out and
already started.
Everybody see. I know you did. So, and again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the Rough Riders for coming in. Big O. This was the Big O show today, Timmy. So if we can re-rack it and brand it on Big O's brands as well, so everybody will get it. And thank him for being a big part of this. Raise up, everybody. We're getting our Tampa Bay jerseys. We're getting everything. We're getting a new stadium. And we got 3 years in Tropicana Field to have one hell of a time there and build this program. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go Bolts this weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
Thank you.